So I just got Imp not too long ago, and I just want to make a quick little video about tips and tricks, what I did that worked, and what did. First and foremost, if you're going to go for Imp, I recommend doing it at the beginning of a campaign, and it just makes it a lot easier. You have to have all your quests, this like kill players, all that kind of stuff. Have all of them completed, but don't turn them in yet until the campaign flips. When the campaign resets and you home it, make sure that you actually are homed. You can also make sure that you have the AP buff. And what the AP buff is, it's an extra 20% AP you get when after you kill any delve boss in Cyrodiil. So just find any delve boss. Um, I was an EP, so I like going to the one. Uh, it's pretty much between BRK and Sedge, just to the right of it. But just go ahead of time, know where the bosses are at, because when you're doing the imp push, you're not going to have a lot of time to be like, okay, where's the boss at? A lot of times the bosses weren't up, and you have to make a choice: either wait or leave. For me, if I was already in the delve, I just waited. It came up in like 5 to 10 minutes, but and that was most of the time because everyone else is also trying to get their AP buff. In conjunction with that, I went in with 1,000 stone wall mason repair kits and 1,000 door repair kits. So, and I always had siege on hand, rams, oils, and ballistas. The regular ballistas do more damage than like the fire ones and stuff to a door. So once I was in the top 10, all about the long game at that point. And what you're doing basically is you are just constantly trying to make AP. So the way that I was making AP was, um, if I wasn't directly in a conflict, I was repairing walls and doors. I mean, constantly. And the keeps will upgrade over time. So even if you've repaired all the walls to 100%, go back and check them, because they'll be back at 75, and you get to, with the AP buff, I was getting like 1,500 AP per wall and door. And it all adds up. The other thing that kind of was disheartening at first was there's like a little delay with when the scoreboard updates. So don't let that freak you out. I did my imp push the old-fashioned way. I did not boost, and what boosting is when you get basically friends or another account, and they'll meet you like at a resource, and you basically will kill them and get more AP for like defense and all that kind of jazz. Or now they take the resource and then you kill them and then you flip the resource and you get more for an OTEC. I'm not sure, but I don't know because I didn't do that. Not knocking anyone who did do that, but I didn't do it like that. I did it just like I told you. I was always looking for a fight, and if there was no active conflict on the map, I would go ahead and be constantly repairing stuff. I had 500 immovable pots. I had 500 um, tri-stack pots, just because I didn't want to have to leave. I had 100 stacks of food, obviously that you don't need that much. But from the start, I got imp in exactly 12 hours. One other guy got it before me, and they were boosting, which is fine. That's all them. But they boosted, and then didn't he didn't hold on to his imp long. Like, he got dethroned pretty fast. So, which brings me to my next point. You're gonna be so freaking amped up trying to constantly stay on the leaderboards that by the time you do get imp, you're just like exhausted almost. So I don't know how some people do it, where they just keep going and going. I can't do that. I held my emperorship for about 9.5 hours or so, and then when I had logged off, I basically abdicated. I left the campaign. I abandoned it so the next guy on the scoreboard can go get imp. So um, it was really cool. It was interesting. It was so freaking stressful. I'm never gonna do that again. But that's what I did to get imp, and I can't overstate enough how important it is to keep your AP buff on. And if you're not actively in a conflict, then you need to be repairing. There was a solid portion of the day, there just wasn't a lot of population on it. We were down to one keep, so I was literally um, just defending that keep and just getting a bunch of D-ticks. And then when I couldn't do that, I was going out taking resources and trying to do all the quests from the quest board that I possibly could. Um, and then you're constantly trying to rally people in zone, like, hey guys, let's go over here, be ready to drop a whole bunch of siege, because um, a lot of people just won't do it. But if you drop it and then say, use a siege, they'll be more than happy to shoot your shit. That's for sure. So, but other than that, yeah, it was a very interesting experience. Been playing since beta, and I've never attempted to push for imp, so this was a first for me, and I couldn't have done it without my boy Fu and Chow Basement Battalion Guild for helping me with the push around the ring. I really appreciate all your help. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, and thank you so much.